Eminence Front X5 and Larry Ward here, coming to you from Kelso Dunes. Check this place out, guys. It's a little after 6 o'clock in the morning, pretty early, but got somewhere to be later on this afternoon and had a little time to squeeze this in. So I stopped out here last night, camped overnight, and I'm heading my way up a pretty big sand dune, the biggest one I could find out here. There's a lot of them. I'm going to the top of this guy, all the way up. I've already done quite a bit of hiking. I'm actually parked right down there. And yeah, I'm trying to beat the sun up on top of that dune, but I think I'm a little behind by about 30 minutes. I'm okay with that. All these critter tracks everywhere. It's great, following this stuff along. Yeah, so I'm going to the top of this guy. It might not look too tall here, but in the video, but I assure you, that's a climb. I'm not going up this face. I guess I could, but I'm going up this ridge all the way to the top. And that's my destination for this morning. Glad to be out here with you guys. Hope you enjoy this, and as much as I am. And my first big climb is this, right in front of us. This is the route I'll be taking up to the top, that little ridge, and on up. It's the lowest part I can get to. So that's about 3 stories right there. I'll go ahead and switch this back on when I get more up on top of the ridge. Absolutely stunning. Another place, if you're out here, it's a must go. You have to see this place. It's not the largest of the dunes out here near Death Valley, but it's pretty spectacular. The view is just incredible. You're looking down into the Mojave Desert or Mojave Preserve there. All through there. I actually went on a very long trip with Wonder Hussey and a whole bunch of friends. On the other side of this ridge, we went around that side and out to Soda Lake. Anywho, enough jabbering. I gotta get up this hill. I successfully made it to the top of the dunes. I remember it being a little easier back in the 90s, but I made it. Okay, it's a steep climb. You have to be in pretty good health to get up this one. But this is what I'm seeing. That's of course the east where the sun's coming up. Oh, look at this view. All that down there is dunes covered with brush. Like you'd see at the beach, but amazing view. I mean, check this stuff out over here. Just more dunes everywhere. Pretty much, I don't know, about 2 miles out, there's just dunes and dunes and dunes. You're looking towards Baker out there. What an amazing place this is. You can see the sun coming up over the ridge behind me, casting a light onto the mountaintop over there, right here. Pretty amazing. I love this place. I'm in barefoot. I walked up this thing in barefoot all the way down from pretty much halfway across the dunes down there at the bottom. I took my shoes off. They were just, I had to stop every, I don't know, every 5 minutes just to empty my shoes out. So I just took them off, tied them to my backpack, and I walked all the way up this thing. It's actually really nice. The sand is really cold, actually, but it feels really good on the very, very top when the sun hits it. It's nice and warm, but as soon as you go down into it, ooh, it's cold. Yeah, super fine, and it's getting into everything. The tripod, excuse me, the monopod, which you can't see because it's attached to the camera, I use it like a hiking stick, which is kind of nice. The monopod is adjustable, so you can adjust the height depending on the slope you're on. By the way, we're on what they call booming sands. Booming sands only happens in a couple places in the world, and this is one of them. I guess the science behind it is the top layer of the sand, when it gets pushed, you can see it starts a little landslide. When that landslide starts, or the sand slide starts, and it keeps going, it starts rubbing against the sand underneath it. Now, that creates a vibration. And the best way I can explain the sound, and I will try to get a recording of the sound since it's so quiet out right now. It sounds like a bomber aircraft flying up above, like at 30,000 feet. This droning sound, this wah 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 sound, and it's very faint. If you weren't listening carefully, you would not even notice it. You might even think it's an airplane. This I tested out when I was out here back in mid-90s. Specifically, we were at Devil's Playground, which I believe is this little section right here. I believe this is Devil's Playground out in this area. That's where I wanted to go, and I opted for this side because those peaks are not as tall as the one I'm on now. This one is pretty darn tall, and it's the tallest dune here, and I decided to do that for this reason. So you can see I'm the very, very peak now, and we're looking back east, northeast area. There's Kelso out in the distance there, Kelso Station. Yeah, it's something else out here. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful out here. I'm blown away. Oh wow, you can see cars in the distance coming in. You see the dust trails? That's pretty amazing. Those guys are not actually on the road I took in here. I believe they are on the road right next to that, and they're going out to the Mojave, I would gather. The open desert's right over here. So they'd be driving out along these power lines. I don't know if you can see those power lines right there, but they go right out into that area there, and I bet you that's where these guys are going. It looks like they're 4x4ing. I like this place. The Kelso Dunes is a meditation spot, if you ask me, especially in the morning. Okay, so you know those cars I was seeing traveling in the distance, they're still moving along. One of them has just passed, or it looks like they're waiting up. No, they're moving slowly. They're not kicking up as much dust in this area that I'm looking at now, but you guys want to see? Okay, so those cars, or those vehicles, are coming along right about over here. Let's see if I can point to it. In this general area, you'll see a little smoke trail coming over. Another car is directly in front. It's hard to see it, but it's right in this area. It's neat. That's a road that goes out to the desert, like I was saying before. It's just interesting to see it from such a high vantage point. I think I see 1, 2, 3 in the first group. The second group following it looks like they have 3 as well. So 6 total cutting across. I'm pretty sure that's one of the routes that you can take for the Mojave Road. But if you've got the energy and the gumption to do it, and you're in good health, I highly recommend it. And once you're up here, take a good hour just to sit here and look at the wonders that we call the United States of America. Okay, so a lot of the cars on that road down there have stopped right about where I'm camped. My camping spot. Let me see if I can orient, because I'm not really looking at the monitor because the sun is too damn bright. Okay, let me see if I can orient myself. So the first, okay, the shadows coming down. Leading up straight over here. I'm camped over here. The cars are parked in this area just above me. Other cars are coming along this road here. Pretty fascinating just to kick back and watch the world go by. Let's get out of here. Why don't you come with me? Interesting how this sand right here looks kind of bluish gray, and then you get brown over here. Same dunes, just casting light funny. So you can see how steep this is. We were walking along this ridge line on the way up, and yeah, the booming sand sound would happen when you start caving the sand down a steep slope. And there's some steeper slopes on the other side here. We're coming down off this peak. This is the tallest peak in Kelso Dunes. And I'm looking for the steepest part, and I think the steepest part is just around this ridge line here going down along this side. I think we can make that sound. However, I really don't want to go down all the way down to this side. I want to really go down there because I'm parked over there. So if I go down this side here, I'd be left to track all the way back around and then out. Not a huge problem, but there's steeper areas of this dune. I need to walk a little softer here. Coming up to an area where I would say we're going to get that booming sound. I can kind of hear it or feel it in my feet. Yeah, here you go. This should do it. I'm going to try and make the booming... Ooh, I just heard it. But right now, I hear an airplane. So I'm going to wait for the airplane to go by before I record anymore. The route I'm going to take, I'm going to slide down this hill right here. Once I get to the bottom, I'm going to slowly snake my way back to camp right there through this muck. It's just a lot of up and down. It's all sand with some shrubs. And about halfway through that, I'll put on my shoes. But we're going to try the booming sands right here. I don't know how I'm going to do that with my backpack, but let's try this out. I have it on selfie mode, so you can, I guess, see my reaction. I don't know what else would you guys like to see me going down this thing. I'm going to put my backpack fully on and lock it in. But yeah, it's this will be an adventure. Last time I did this was 93 is what I'm guessing. But I did make it happen in 93. There's two of us doing it though, me and this guy Steve, and it was fun. So that trip to Las Vegas I was doing in 93 from San Diego. Okay guys, you ready for this? Now the sound is, again, sand rubbing, the sand that's moving downhill, rubbing against sand that is not moving. So you get this sound. And you have to get a lot of sand moving ahead of you. So I don't have much room to do that in, but I got the angle I need, the slope. And I'm gonna go for it. You guys ready? Here we go. Oh dear, this is gonna be weird. So I'm gonna try and like jog and then stop and slide. So it's gonna get bumpy, but hopefully we hear it. Damn, there's another aircraft. I don't think you guys can hear that one though. It's very faint. Here we go. No. Try it again. Nope. I lost my sunglasses. Holy crap. I see one arm sticking out of the ground. Got him. Okay. Hear that? Booming sands. I think you guys can hear that. And that's Booming Sands. Yeah. Walking back up that? Hell no. Wow. That made booming sound. I'm out of breath. Be right back. And we're back at camp, folks. There's the solar setup. We're all ready to go. Just need to drop my stuff off, clean off a bit. Take a last look at the dune we went up. That's the big boy we're on. What an adventure. Solo adventure. I like it. Nice and safe hike. Only issues are, I guess, snakes. But if you're careful, you should be okay.